Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matthew Ramos and on this channel I aim to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, yesterday I had the chance to go watch Avengers Endgame, the re-released version, for the 12th time. I think it's safe to say that this is my last time watching this movie. 12 times. It's surpassed my previous record of watching Logan 7 times. So I think this is my final time watching the movie. But anyways, after watching the re-released version, my expectations went to complete garbage, which is how I'm feeling right now. But I still gotta get this video out. So the re-released version, going into it, there is a message at the beginning of the movie that got me hype. It was Anthony Russo coming out and saying, thank you guys for watching Avengers Endgame and getting into the second overall highest grossing movie of all time. And now we have a special surprise for you at the end of the credits. So, we're watching the movie, it's going by during the whole time heist I was editing tomorrow's video. And then we get to the credits, what we've all been waiting for. It starts off with a Stan Lee cameo, and then it gets to the stuff we've been waiting for, the deleted scene of Avengers Endgame. So guys, right before we get into breaking down the post-credit scene for Avengers Endgame, make sure to stay to the end of the video for giveaway details, as I'm giving away 2 of these Captain America Hot Toys collectibles. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so credits roll, and then we get a beautiful Stan Lee tribute, which was probably the best part of what we got from everything from, the post-credit scene stuff. We got Stan Lee cameo, the deleted Avengers Endgame post-credit scene, and then we also have a Spider-Man Far From Home sneak peek, which was absolutely amazing and just took my excitement to another level for Spider-Man Far From Home. But anyways, the deleted Avengers Endgame post-credit scene. So us as Marvel fans, by instinct, we hear post-credit scene and we think something massive at the end of the credits. We think, Nick Fury showing up at Iron Man's house. We think Thanos showing up with the Infinity Gauntlet, ready to assemble the stones. We think we have these massive expectations when we hear post-credit scene, especially in Marvel movies. And with Endgame being the biggest Marvel movie of all time, we heard deleted post-credit scene and we all were freaking out like, no, this wasn't the traditional post-credit scene. This was a deleted scene. So if you're gonna go watch the new re-released version of Avengers Endgame, don't get your hopes up. Because us as Marvel fans, we hear post-credit scene and all of our expectations are up here at the top of the hill. We thought Galactus, Skrulls, like something big, but that's not what this is. This is a traditional small post-credit scene that would have made its way to the DVD release. But Marvel threw this in here to get people back in theaters, so like that they could eventually take over Avatar and get that #1 highest grossing movie of all time. Was this enough to do that? I don't know, guys, because our expectations were so high and we were so disappointed. And it's not even that the scene was bad, it's that it just completely did not live up to our expectations when we heard deleted post-credit scene. So I don't think that this is enough to get Endgame over Avatar, but it's still projected to pass Avatar, so hopefully it does. But with Marvel pulling the stunt of re-releasing Endgame with additional footage to get people back in, you would have thought that they would have put something bigger, like, I don't know, Tony Stark seeing his daughter, who's supposed to be played by Hannah Baker, but that got cut from the movie. You would have thought they would have at least put something like that, something big, something that is good to present to the general audiences. But no, this was a scene of the Hulk saving people from a burning building, and it looked straight out of Roblox. Like, if you put a texture pack on Roblox or on Minecraft, I could have recorded this on Roblox with an Elgato and let me do a voiceover of Mark Ruffalo's voice, and I could have recorded this scene for you. Because this scene it was completely unfinished. All the CGI was unfinished, so it literally looked like Hulk literally looked straight out of Roblox. And it was just a completely unfinished scene. And it was a cool scene, like if all the CGI was done and if this would have made it into the final movie, this would have been a cool scene to see. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because this would have been the first time we see the Hulk and a building is burning, people are in the building, and then the police are calling for backup, helicopters, and then you see Hulk jumping from building to building, and then he hops in the burning building and saves the people. And you know, when I was watching the scene, it kind of gave me Mr. Incredible vibes because he was literally moving like Mr. Incredible in The Incredibles. And that's basically what Hulk was during that 5-year time jump after the Avengers killed Thanos. And just to make it clear, it was Professor Hulk. So he was talking to the police. He was still big green in the Hulk figure that we saw from Endgame, but he was in his, you know, purple and gray suit. He was literally Mr. Incredible, basically. And he was jumping from building to building. He saved the people from the burning building by putting them in a satellite and then just hopping out of the building and putting the satellite on the ground. And then after that, it gets followed up with the Hulk receiving a phone call from Steve Rogers, which was the phone call that he made after confronting Tony Stark at the cabin about going on a time heist to reassemble the stones. So this would have been a really dope scene, and I wish they included it in the movie, but the movie is already 3 hours long, and every second that Marvel puts in that movie means something. So it's definitely a scene that was expendable, but if it was in the final movie, I would have really enjoyed it, as this would have been the first time we see the Hulk, and it would have been a way better introduction for the Hulk in Avengers Endgame than how we got him. You know, when Hulk was introduced in Endgame, it was just literally just a cut, and we just hear his voice, and boom. It's like they throw Professor Hulk right at us without any introduction, any explanation. And Professor Hulk was definitely one of the, you know, more negative aspects of Avengers Endgame, but overall it worked, and he served his purpose in that movie. And this post-credit scene just would have given us a better introduction to that character, and I felt it would have helped, you know, the way we view Professor Hulk coming out of Avengers Endgame. But at the end of the day, every second counts when it comes to the filmmaking industry and making movies, and especially for a movie like Endgame that's 3 hours long, which is such a huge risk already. You know, just adding this would have been a couple more minutes, 2 minutes maybe, but it's definitely a scene that was expendable, and eventually it was expendable. So after that, we got a Spider-Man Far From Home. You know, the first 2 minutes of Spider-Man Far From Home, that's what they're saying. It was a short clip, and it was a pretty cool clip. It really got me more hyped to see Mysterio, and it was basically a clip of Maria Hill and Nick Fury investigating a town in Mexico that was really run down, and it's obviously being, you know, harvested by the elemental of Sandman. So as they're investigating the town, they get off the car, they start looking around the town, and then Mysterio comes out of nowhere, and we get that scene that we saw from the first Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, where we first see Mysterio, and he says, "You don't want any part of this." And then out of nowhere, Sandman comes out from the back, and then they begin to fight. But for me, the best part of that whole post-credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home was that the way Mysterio's, his vibe, just his entrance, he would look so cool. The way his fishbowl helmet comes on and off, it was so seamless. So that was definitely that was definitely my biggest takeaway from the whole Avengers Endgame post-credit stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the Avengers Endgame post-credit scene. Now getting into giveaway details, guys, I'm giving away 2 of these Captain America Hot Toys collectibles. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is like this video, comment down below, and subscribe for an entry towards winning one of these 2 Captain America Hot Toys collectibles. I'm giving one away at the 50k subscriber mark and one at the 100k subscriber mark. So make sure to enter that giveaway if you're interested in winning a Captain America Hot Toys collectible. So there you guys have it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Again, remember to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of that Avengers Endgame post-credit scene. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.